Good morning, Bill. Good morning, handsome Bill. Good morning. We're hoping it's a good morning for all. Good morning, cat. Kitty cat. Yeah. We'll wait till a few people get here, give each other some hugs and some wugs and other such. Not the same one as yesterday. Good morning, nerds. Trenty, Laura. Good morning, Dee. Laura with the pretty eyes. Remember that nerdy? Remember how pretty her eyes are? Good morning, Rick and Sarah and Sanum. I'm glad to see Lynette again. Morning, Glory. What's your story? Good morning. That's right, Penny. Pulverize them if they don't push the like button. Penny still could pulverize when she wants to. She hasn't lately. Penny, say hi to Ted. Give Ted a little rub on the head from Pops. Top of his head, I mean. Stop it, Jesus. You're not here yet. You can't talk. Cleaning. Yeah, Beanie, that's what that is. Some people think it's a biscuit, like a misshapen biscuit. But it's not. 5280. And Sue. Good morning, good morning. Dando, you're out of line. Dando, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Good morning. Dando, you act like you think you know what we're going to do next with this thing. Who knows? Who knows? There are no hard and fast rules here. Couple more minutes for you guys to say good morning to each other. I really would like to see a couple of likes. If you walked in the room, hit the like button on your way in. Hit the little like button on your way in. It helps other people know that there's something cool happening. That's our way of putting up boards by the side of the freeway. Billboards. That's our billboard right there. The light column. There you go, Bill. I like what Bill said. I believe it too. Bill's 19 out of 20 times Bill's opening up. Billy the Key. They call him Billy the Key. Good morning to Joe and CCS. Who else has popped in? Brand, New American. Good morning, Brand. There's a brand new American here. Good morning. brand new. I'm an older American, older version. I'm an older model. But hey, understand that the brand new that are they're pretty good. Brand new Americans. Yeah, CCS, I'm a vintage. I'm a Rolls Canardly, right? You guys remember what a Rolls Canardly is? Everybody here, I've said it so many times. My favorite car is a Rolls Canardly. First one I ever owned. Roll down one hill, can hardly make it up the next. You get it, Lynette? Did you ever have a car like that? Some people call them hoopty cars. I'm a classic. Am I a classic or an antique? Rolls down one hill, can hardly make it up the next. You got to have a hoopty car somewhere in your life. Get over your ego, car ego. Okay. I'm a what do they call, well-aged version. I've been in the oak barrel for a long time. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. I want to show you guys something. And just understand it's a morning funny, okay? I'm really saying, you all know I love moms and thereby extension, mother-in-laws. I really do.
I got a big favor to ask you. You mind if I step out of the car?
Hey, sir. You know why I pulled you over tonight?
Yeah, I got a pretty good idea. Hey, I got a big favor to ask you. You mind if I step out of the car for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Let's step back here.
Okay.
So you saw the lady in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's my wife, and the lady in the back seat. Did you see her?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though: are you married?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. Here you go. So that's the mother-in-law in the back, right? Those two got in a huge fight this morning, and the mother-in-law insisted we take her home right away. So that's what I'm trying to do: get her home. I'm worried they're gonna make up, and then she's gonna live with us another 6 months, right? So I got to get her home before those two make up. Okay?
All right. So I'm gonna give you a full police escort.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn on the sirens, keep the lights on. By the glory of God, we will get you there. Now get
let's
the car.
go.
Yep. Hey, sir. You know why I pulled you
I'll
over
play
tonight?
one more
Yeah, I
time.
got a pretty
The
good
acting
idea.
is
I got a
outstanding.
big favor to ask you.
It's
You mind if I step out of the
outstanding.
car for a minute?
By the
Yeah,
glory
sure.
of
Go ahead.
God.
Thanks.
Yep.
You have one
Let's
chance.
step back here.
Okay.
So you saw the lady in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's my wife, and the lady in the back seat. Did you see her?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this
Yeah,
though: are you married?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. Here you go. So that's the mother-in-law in the back, right? Those two got in a huge fight this morning, and the mother-in-law insisted we take her home right away. So that's what I'm trying to do: get her home.
First time in his
I'm
life
worried
he
they're
gets
gonna
to
make up,
break
and
them
then
up.
she's gonna live with us another 6 months, right? So I got to get her home before those two make up. Okay?
All right. So I'm gonna give you a full police escort. I'm gonna turn on the sirens, keep the lights on. By the glory of God, we will get you there. Now get the
let's
car.
go.
Yep.
Go. Okay, that's funny. That's funny, mother-in-laws. Okay. We're gonna do one more. Let's do another thing. By the glory of God. All right, let's do this one. All right, one more. Here we go. This is funny. This guy's actually really funny.
I don't really know what I'm doing with my children or my wife. That's why I am the assistant manager of my family. Yeah, my wife is the manager. We work as a team. That's what the assistant manager does. Even if I don't have the same understanding or enthusiasm for our policies, I work as a team. Sometimes I have to be like, look, kids, it doesn't really bother me either if you don't replace the toilet paper roll. But this is coming from corporate. My hands are tied, honestly. I agree with you. We should pile a bunch of them on the back of the toilet. I suggested that at the meeting. That was shot down. It's very important to your mother that if we're out of toilet paper, we have to do a 6-foot crouch walk over to that cupboard. We need my wife to be in charge. She is so good at running our family. I am not. The only reason I get to be assistant manager is I am sleeping with the manager. That's also why we have so many employees. Yeah. I can't be fired. I'm a co-founder.
All right, that's our morning funnies. That's our morning funnies. Okay. Morning funnies. I don't have a problem with toilet paper on the back of the toilet, but the Miss Rosens of the world do. What's the problem with that? It's coming from corporate, this decision. Wazzy sent me that. Wazzy sent me that, along with the note saying, my wife, this is my wife, and she's also the treasurer. Oh, Jesus. She's the treasurer, too. Yeah, Oz, I get it. I totally understand that. Okay. That's funny stuff. I had a fun morning. I told you we have to laugh every morning, just a little bit, somehow, some way. Laughing's important. Let me ask you guys a real quick question. Very quick question. How many of you believe in the 5-second rule? How many of you believe in the 5-second rule? I got to be honest with you. I think I stretch it to about 7. I've been known to go 7. Okay? It's how many do the 5? Some of you are like, what is it? All right? I have been known to stretch it to a strong 7. Santa was going 10 in his house. Nipper, really? I can do 5s like, that's pretty standard. Okay? But 7's a little stretch. I feel a little guilty. I'm like, I'm not sure, but it's going to help my immune system, I say at the end of the day. So I just go for it anyways, right, Holly? Okay? This is cute. Wait. Whoa. Okay.
Oh my God! What is this rule, bro? Why do we do this? We look like idiots. Hey man, enjoy that coffee. Yeah, I'm on your toothbrushes.
Yeah, the old 5-second rule. Now that's funny. They're all sitting there waiting. Okay, they're like, so they got a stopwatch. Like we can't jump on yet, right, Mushy? Mine are trained to a 7 over here. Carnivores, they have to wait. It's part of the deal. Okay? Nif, stop worrying. You never knew that. You never knew that rule. There's a rule out there, a germ rule. The guy's hand comes down right at 4 seconds. That's funny. Give me 5 people that thought that was funny. Good morning, Big Joe. Sorry about our mix-up on the mail, but once it gets here, I'll turn around and send it straight to you. Who thought that was funny? Niffy, you got to learn the rules. Okay, that was actually funny. Stop it. Public service announcement. Thanks, Lynette. Public service announcement. You ready? Street Glide right here. Our good, gorgeous, big hunk of a man friend, Streety. Street Glide. I call him Streety. We all call him Streety. He's looking for, he wrote to me this morning. I'll be very exact, okay? I told him I'd announce it here because there will be more, he has resources here. Somebody here will know something. He wrote to me, said, I was wondering if you had any idea. Listen, we're going to help Streety. We're all going to help Streety, or at least one of us is going to figure it out, okay? Streety said, give me 5 people. No, Streety only wants 1. Good morning. I was wondering if you had any idea of any U.S.-based, veteran-owned suppliers that do T-shirts or merchant type of things. A T-shirt manufacturer, U.S.-made, veteran-owned. I'm trying to find a U.S.-based supplier that is veteran-owned and offers high-quality materials. I'm not looking for Hanes beefy tees or anything that's on the cheaper end. I'm looking for higher quality materials. Any suggestion would be greatly appreciated. I personally don't know, unfortunately, but it's somebody here, figure it out. Help Streety find, because it sounds to me like he has a plan. It sounds to me like he has a plan, okay? So somebody, we just started a little ripple there, and I'll mention it one more time tomorrow, Streety. We got to help find Streety a vendor. Give me 5 people that, even if they knew, they would let him know. Give me 5 people if they knew. If I knew, I would let you know. But instead, I asked, well, there's 26,000 people watch this thing. Okay? So anybody, if you know, reach out to me. Out there in the world, reach out to me and we'll let Streety know. Okay? Holly has an idea there. Veterans Affair. There's an idea. You guys check it out. There's plenty of us here with resources and research ability. Even if you don't know, do a little research for him. Okay? Not that he doesn't want to do it himself, but the more people that can help each other, that's a give. Okay? That's a big give. That's what we do here. We give. So today I'm going to give some information. At the end of the show today, we're going to give away that big mushroom. The biscuit-shaped mushroom we're going to give away. Yeah, look into it for him and reach out. If you can't reach out directly to Streety, send me whatever you get, and I'll make sure that he gets it. Okay? Let's do a couple of rando factos before we go very far. I'm desperate for just a random fact, something I didn't know before. Let me see. Yesterday, the last thing that I found out was GNURR. GNURR is the lint in our pocket. Creeped me out. First thing I found out this morning is that can a snail sleep for very long, or does it have to wake up every hour on the hour? Like almost every hour. It takes a quick nap, but it has to get up. Which one? It could sleep a long time, or it has to wake up often, more often than anybody would have imagined. Which one is it? Nerdy? Nerdy, what's Nerdy think? What's Holly say? Carnivores thought they were sleeping even when they're moving. Okay, Lynette says they do whatever. Okay, you know what? A snail can sleep for up to 3 years. 3 years. Hey, bud, you gonna get up today? No. How about tomorrow? How about today? No. Get with me in 2027. What? That's a long time. 3 years. Okay? You already knew this one. You already knew that one too. You knew that one. We've done a lot of this stuff. What animal is involved in the manufacture of gunpowder? Or at least was at one time, back in the day, China and stuff. The Chinese gunpowder. You guys are thinking guano, huh? That's not the one. No. Back in the Chinese, we had to grab an animal and include its poop in our gunpowder. Pigeons, pigeon poop powder. That's interesting. Guano's for something else, right? Pigeon poop. It's a true story. What animal is the most closely related to the DNA to the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Which animal? There's two that are very, very closely related to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Boom. Who knows a chicken? The little pecker-like guy going around? That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex Jr. And then the other one, you guys got it right, Sue. Ostriches. An ostrich, I see that a little bit more than a chicken. I can see that a little bit more. Ostriches can't walk backwards. Camels have 3 eyelids. What day of the week is more bank robberies taking place? Which day of the week is most popular for bank robberies? This is all. I'm trying to get you guys involved here. Notorious thinks it's Friday. Joe's saying it's Monday because they're just waking up. Derek Anderson saying it's Thursday because they left all the money out of the bank because there's no money left. What day? The answer's Friday. The answer's Friday. The banks are filling up on Thursday night for their Friday situations, right? Usually half, 50% of all bank robberies take place on a Friday. Okay. Let me see. Does space, when an astronaut's out there doing a spacewalk, does it smell? Or is it a completely neutral state? Does it smell? Out in space. What do astronauts tell us when they come back? Sarah says it tastes, yep. Nerdy thinks it's raspberries. Straighty thinks you're smelling your underarm. That you've been up there for 77 days. Okay? What do you think it smells like? According to this and according to astronauts, space does smell. It smells like a combination of diesel fuel, and barbecue. Yeah, that's on the sulfur side, right? Diesel fuel and barbecue. Sounds like something's burning down. That's weird. What's the smell? What's the smell come from? Where do they think the smell comes from? I'm out here, I'm floating around in space. It smells like a diesel barbecue. What's it coming from? Close, HB. Close. From the dying stars. All the stars out there that are dying, they're putting off their deal. Isn't that crazy? That's freaking me out. You're smelling a burnt star. Makes me want to start all over again. I'd be an astronaut. Taking one step. Boop, just lift your leg and take one step. Uses over 200 muscles in the human body. Man, I feel strong now. All I got to do is walk to the couch and I worked out. 200 muscles per step? Look out, Arnold. Okay. Does talking to yourself make you more efficient or less efficient? Does talking to yourself, right? Free, I'm working out, I'm taking a walk to the couch. Does talking to yourself make you more efficient or less efficient? Look at you guys. What are you guys, all a bunch of brainiologists? What, craniologists? The answer is yes. Talking to yourself makes your brain work more efficiently. That's kind of funny. I would have thought I'd distract myself a little bit, but not so much. Let's do one or two more. Do you guys like these today? Give me 5 people that said these are good randos today. At the Lego headquarters, they have a special vault that they've made. It's a pretty big building. A special vault. And in this vault, they have at least one copy of every Lego set they've ever made. That would be really cool. I'm not the Lego guy. Brock's a Lego guy. I like it because it helps him with his dexterity. Wow. How do you like that? That would be a fun place to walk around. Have you ever tickled yourself? Not your, like, funny, not a funny bone. According to this, it's impossible to tickle yourself. I spent about 45 minutes last night trying. It was impossible. In Singapore, if you're in Singapore and you're looking for a side of mashed potatoes, don't worry about it if you forgot. You can get them at vending machines in Singapore. Mashed potatoes. I wonder if you have to bring your own bowl. Do you just stick the bowl under it, sort of like the Slurpee machine? Just fill it up with how many mashed potatoes you want? Or do you get that silly little cup that you have to put hot water in later? I would prefer if it was more like the Slurpee, but it gave you mashed potatoes. Okay? How about butter? That's on the sidebar. Butter and chives. One final thing. Diamonds are forever, right? A diamond is one of the hardest rocks, one of the hardest things in the world. Not the hardest, but it's a really hard thing. It's made from compression, right? It's hard to destroy a diamond. You can cut it into a bunch of pieces, but you don't really destroy a diamond. How about pearls? How about a pearl? Are pearls easy to destroy? Make melt, perhaps? Why, yes, they are. You drop a pearl in vinegar. Drop a pearl in vinegar, and it will melt. Makes sense the way that was made from a grain of sand, and then they coat it, and then they coat it, the oyster, and then they coat it. Yeah, I guess so. I never thought of that, though. Never thought of that. Pearls melt in vinegar. No, I agree, Sue. Why would anyone want to? How'd they figure it out in the first place? What was the lady doing? Cleaning her pearls in vinegar, and she brought it back out, and it was like a melty? Like, oh no, I did the wrong thing. Final one. Final one. This is our final one for today. Who hiccup more, men or women? Sorry about that. Who hiccup more, men or women? Sorry about that. Or is it equal? Am I faking you out and it's actually equal? Sorry about that. Right, Laura? Be careful. Who? Sue think men do. Excuse me, pardon me. Women hiccup less than men. We're the hiccupers. They're the hiccup ease, I guess. Good morning. That's some good stuff. I love doing rando factos. I could do a whole show of rando factos. I like rando factos because some of it I've heard before, but a lot of it, it's like, really? That's so interesting. Especially when they tell us something about nature. Especially when they tell us free. I'm going to do a workout as soon as the show's over. 200, I'm going to do a set where I use 200 muscles per rep. And it takes about 8 reps to get over to the couch. Okay? It's going to take me about 8 reps. I mean steps, I mean reps. To get over to the couch. Okay, it's not true. I'm not going to go sit down. I have so much to do. But Classic's like, really? That's a pretty good workout, Pops. I'm doing it too. Okay. Medicinal mushrooms have been traditionally used for protection against infectious diseases and various cancers. These mushrooms have a long history of use for supporting our health, particularly in early Chinese, Egyptian, Greek, Mexican, and Roman cultures. In fact, in 1991, a 5,300-year-old mummy was discovered carrying birch polyspore fungus. which exerts a purgative effect and may have been used to treat the mummified person's intestinal parasites. 5,300 years ago, we have a mummy from 5,300 years ago where we see the use of mushrooms for medicinal purposes. And of course, if you've seen one, that's not going to be the only one. We're just lucky we found a mummy. What are medicinal mushrooms? What the heck are we talking about? Medicinal mushrooms are edible macroscopic fungi. Edible macroscopic fungi. What does macroscopic mean in this context? What does macroscopic mean in this context? It means visible to the naked eye. Visible to the naked eye. Because there's many microscopic fungi, are there not? Things that we can't see with our naked eye. So there's the differentiation. We have macroscopic, naked eye, visible, and we have microscopic. Can't see them with your naked eye, fungus. So that's going to make you a little, you mycologists out there, that's a good one for you. Okay? Edible macroscopic fungi that are used for their beneficial health properties. Fungi, which include yeast and molds and mushrooms, live on the dead matter found in soil or on plants or on animals or even other fungi. There are an estimated 14,000 to 22,000 known species of mushrooms worldwide. 14,000 to 22,000. Of this, approximately 20 to 30 are cultivated edible species. Only 20 to 30 of those have we actually taken out and cultivated for edible purposes. Of those 20 to 30, approximately 15 species are foraged for consumption. These mushrooms can be consumed as functional foods or as dietary supplements. Mushrooms are a source of many nutrients, including fiber, protein, selenium, potassium, as well as vitamins B1, B2, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin E. Additionally, that's a pretty strong little fellow. Got all that in it? Additionally, they possess several bioactive components, such as alkaloids, flavonoids, terpenes, phenolic compounds, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and polysaccharides. Of these, notably, the B-glucan is a polysaccharide commonly present in mushrooms. We're going to explore the B-glucan tomorrow very exclusively. That's one of our most important single ingredient in the mushroom that really does a great job for us medicinally. So we're going to dive into the B-glucan a little more specifically tomorrow. Okay, this is an overview of the medicine, the different things in it, and we're going to talk to you very specifically about some of the actual fungus. The B-glucans, one of their notable properties is being prebiotic. The health benefits of mushrooms. I'm going to read a quick list. Is this interesting to you guys? Give me 5 people that are still interested, still paying attention. Keep chatting back and forth, but you're kind of paying attention, right? I'm background noise. Okay? Here's the research examining the health effects of mushrooms has identified, wait for it, approximately 130 possible therapeutic properties. 130. They could write out a list of 130 therapeutic properties coming from the benefits of mushrooms. That's a lot. We're going to read a small list of really the top end of the list. Okay? antibacterial, anti-diabetic, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-parasitic, anti-tumor, antiviral, and hepatoprotective, meaning protective of the liver. To date, much of the research on medicinal mushrooms is based on animal or in vitro trials. However, some early clinical trials suggest that dietary mushroom intake may reduce the risk of breast cancer and may improve cancer-related symptoms such as insomnia and sweating, the things that you're going through when you're going through your cancer treatments. Several mechanisms have been proposed to explain the beneficial effects of mushrooms on immune health. Certain mushrooms may positively influence the gut microbiota, improving our internal protection against pathogens. So it's giving our gut a healthy gut that with all of its properties that it used to fight pathogens inside of us. Further, several mushrooms have been shown to support immune health by enhancing our normal immune processes. So we have this body that has a normal immune process. It boosts it. It goes in there and it gives it a little jump start. Conversely, certain mushroom extracts may also suppress the immune response, thereby exerting anti-allergic effects. Let's talk about the top 8 medicinal mushrooms for immune support. We're going to talk about the top 8. Every one of them you've heard of. Every one of them. Chaga, number 1. Chaga in Europe is being over-harvested now. Chaga mushrooms, also referred to a birch mushroom and chaga conch. It's a dark brown and black fungus that grows most often on birch trees. Several compounds found in chaga may result in its beneficial effects, including antioxidant polyphenols, as well as betulin and betulinic acid, which are associated with anti-cancer. Chaga, we're rolling towards anti-cancer. Number 2, cordyceps. Yeah, Mello, I believe that. That's Europe's huge on the chaga. It just grows because of the birch trees, etc. Number 2, cordyceps. Though not technically a mushroom, cordyceps is a rare caterpillar fungus that grows only in high altitude regions of Sikkim, a state in northeast India, in the wild. This is one of the ones that we home cultivate. The bioactive components in cordyceps include polysaccharides, cordycepin, and cordycepin acid. An 8-week study in healthy Korean individuals found that supplementation with cordyceps extract was associated with an increased activity of your natural killer immune cells, the NK cells, the ones we talked about the other day. This change was accompanied by improved immune regulation compared to the others in the control group. Number 3, lion's mane. Lion's mane. A lot of us can grow this here, okay? Heritium irenaeus is commonly known as lion's mane mushroom due to its white, fur-like appearance. Animal models have demonstrated that lion's mane may promote beneficial gut microbiota growth and be associated with reduced colon tissue damage in cases of inflammatory bowel diseases. Lion's mane. The research suggests that lion's mane may help regulate the immune system and improve the health of individuals with IBD. However, clinical trials are needed to confirm this in humans. This is a very honest article because we have all of this anecdotal use and we know it works, but we haven't seen it in peer-reviewed studies yet, but they're doing them. Okay? Number 4 on our list, maitake. Maitake is a culinary and medicinal mushroom that has shown anti-cancer activity on breast cancer, melanoma, and hepatoma cells in its animal studies. Protoglucans, a component of maitake, has been associated with the immune-stimulating effect of the mushroom. In mouse models, protoglucan has been shown to decrease mammary tumor cell behavior. The little mice have mammary tumors. They're given this maitake, and it's shrinking the tumors. Further, in vitro and animal studies, polysaccharides found in maitake have shown to exert antiviral activity against hepatitis B and, wait for it, HIV. Now the studies are going on, but HIV virus work with maitake. Number 5, oysters. Oyster mushroom are a genus of fungi that include several species. In vitro research has found that the polysaccharides present in the P. ostreatus mushrooms may activate the NK cells against lung and breast cancer cells. Additionally, an extract of P. floridea, which contains a number of active components, including phenolics, flavonoids, and polysaccharides, was shown to have anti-inflammatory and analgesic effects in the animal models. By the way, tomorrow we're going to discuss the terpenes, the phenolics, the B-glucans, the flavonoids. We'll get exact about what we mean when we say those. Okay? Right now we're giving you an overview of these mushrooms and their properties. Tomorrow we'll be a little more specific on what those properties are. Number 6, reishi. The reishi. Reishi is commonly referred to as the king of mushrooms. Really? It's commonly referred to that? I didn't know that one. Or the mushroom of immortality. Okay? It has been shown to prevent or treat various diseases and modulate the inflammation associated with the high cholesterol diet. Have a high cholesterol? Start eating some reishi. The health effects of the reishi mushroom may be a result of its ability to regulate microbiota composition, as the polysaccharides found in reishi demonstrate enormous prebiotic effects and may increase counts of beneficial bacteria in the host. Beneficial bacteria, that's what we have in our gut. Number 7, shiitake. Shiitake have been traditionally used to treat conditions such as the common cold. A 4-week clinical trial suggests that shiitake intake was associated with favorable changes in secretion patterns of various immune compounds. These changes may include an improvement of gut immunity and anti-inflammatory responses. As with many other mushroom varieties, shiitake may also have an anti-cancer effect. Lentinan which is a glucan derived from shiitake, is currently used as a complementary treatment for tumors, particularly in China and Japan. Extracted lentinan out, and they're using that to treat tumors. Number 8, turkey tail. You turkeys were waiting for this one. The turkey tail obtains its name from the tan and brown rings on its surface, similar in appearance to the tail feathers of a turkey. In traditional medicine, turkey tails have been used therapeutically for fungal infections, cancer, and acquired immune deficiency syndromes such as AIDS. Turkey tail helps with your AIDS treatments. Probably not all by itself, but as a complementary, supplemental. So, contemporary research in animal models of breast cancer suggests that the C. vascular exerts an anti-tumor and anti-metastasis effect, indicating that it may reduce the risk of developing secondary cancerous growths. Wow. Polysaccharide K, a proprietary formulation of turkey tail, is approved in Japan as a complementary cancer treatment. A 2007 meta-analysis of over 8,000 patients conducted by the Kyoto University Graduate School of Medicine in Japan found that PSK, polysaccharide K, in combination with chemotherapy, increased the survival rate of patients following gastric cancer surgery. A lot of information there. We'll pick up more tomorrow. That's a big overview. But now let's dial in and just find out, what are these polysaccharides? What are these B-glucans? What's this lentinan? Just get a little more specific. Quick overviews. But again, the whole idea here is to promote you go research and looking into this stuff too. It is phenomenal. Mind-boggling. The more I learn, the more I know I don't know. Anybody ever had that feeling before? Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway before our final reading for today. All right? We're going to give this fellow away. We're going to give this guy away. Don't say anything yet. And I'll tell you what the rules are. Okay, don't say anything yet. Matter of fact, I still have to. Okay, so here's the rules. Here's the rules. The first 5 people on my screen. The first 5 people on my screen. Okay? That get the number in grams. Don't say anything yet because it won't count. I'm not going to look. I'm not even looking at my screen. The first 5 people that are within 0.3 of a gram, plus or minus, only say one number. And the first 5 people on my screen that I see get close are going to move forward to a drawing. Go with your number. Say it once, please. Go. Get within 0.3. I'm going through the list and checking it twice here. Okay. Well, according to my list, I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I have 5. I have 5. We have 5. We have 5 people. They got within almost 3/10. We have 5. Not bad. Not bad. So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing here. Okay? Let's do this. I have 5 people. Give me 5 people. You guys gave me 5 people. Okay? You're going to look down in this box right here for a random number to appear. All right? These are the 5 people that I saw on my screen that were within 3. The first 5 on my screen that were within 3/10. Okay? Sarah Bear. Sarah Bear, I have Sarah Bear. I might have made a mistake on that one, but I'm putting Sarah Bear in there. Vegas. Vegas literally almost had the number. I think Vegas might have hit it on the dot, right? Vegas. HB. I'm giving it, HB is in there. Okay, and when I say that, it's like Sarah Bear's number 1. Vegas number 2. HB, you're number 3. HB. Number 4 is Michael Patterson. Michael Patterson. Okay, and number 5 is Classic Blaster. So those are going to be the top 5. Sarah Bear, I might have miscalculated, but it doesn't matter. I'm putting her up there. Okay? So, all I have to do is push this, pick a random number, and you'll know who wins. Number 1, the Sarah Bear. Okay? Number 1, Sarah Bear. I have a feeling I made a mistake on that one because I'm looking back and I might have been thinking 8 instead of 9. But hang in there with me, okay? Hang in there with me and hang in there. I can guarantee you that that's a well-needed win. Just from what I know, okay? That's going to go a long way. So we'll do that again tomorrow. And we might even do a couple of them tomorrow. Yeah? Give me 5 people that said, Pops, let's do that again tomorrow. Okay? Pops didn't cheat, he's just out of line. We'll do that again tomorrow. Keep giving stuff away. This morning, we have time to read a little bit. From our book, The Magic of Surrender. We have about 10 or 15 minutes left here, so I'll get as far into this as I can. Yesterday, I walked away with the real glow of thinking of myself as a baby. And when sometimes I question, are we good people or are we bad people? Just look at a baby. There's very few babies come out with like claws and they're ready to freddy you. Obviously, there's some DNA composition, but a lot of how we grow up and what we turn into is very environmental. So I was thinking of that. While I was working and doing things yesterday, I kept thinking about, like, when I was a baby, I was filled with love. I just was. That's all I was. I didn't know anything else. I certainly didn't judge anybody. I didn't gossip. I didn't take anything personal. I did have sort of an expectation probably that somebody would change me when I got wet, or they'd answer my cry. So I probably did start out with expectations. You know what I'm saying? I thought about this yesterday. We don't just read it and not think about it for the rest of the day. Let's do a reading. The other day I was hiking in the Hollywood Hills with one of my friends. She's constantly complaining to me that her husband isn't affectionate enough, that he doesn't give her what she needs. Today she told me that she'd had enough. She was now going to withhold her affection in protest until he started to express love for her in the way she wanted. She'd made a choice to become distant and cold, thinking this was going to change him. Yet it only made her more miserable and unhappy, and then they grew further and further apart. Anybody ever done that? Not specifically, doesn't have to be, heck yeah. I make up my mind, I'm not going to, no, wait. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help. It makes it worse. Where did we learn that? Where'd that learn come from? How old was I when I did it for the first time? Made the matter worse. I was taught that somewhere. In our culture, in our civilization, in our upbringing, in our domestication, I watched somebody do it. As I listened to her justifications for holding back her love, I interrupted her, and I asked a simple question. Look, you may be right. I'm not going to argue with you. He isn't the most affectionate man. But do you love him? She looked at me confused, grumbling. Yes, of course I do. I've been with him for 14 years. So are you going to divorce him? No. Then it's really not that complicated. Complain, groan, and be upset. Or surrender to the opportunity to love him more. Love him more deeply. Give up the negotiation. Just love him the way you want to be loved. The way you know how to love. This works. This changes relationships. It works. Don't force something out of somebody that isn't in them. You either leave them or you love them more. It gives you the opportunity to find an unconditional place in you. Remember when you were a baby? It was unconditional then. She sighed and considered my suggestion. I'm not being loved the way I want to be loved. It feels one-sided. I keep telling him and he still doesn't do it. Shouldn't love be mutual? Why do I always have to be the one who initiates? It's not fair. I looked at her with compassion. Key. We're not lecturing when we're helping someone. We're in a mode of leading and coaching and compassion. No erasers being thrown at anybody here. We learned how not to do that. You're right. But your buts and your protests won't bring anything close. It won't get you where you want, which is love and connection. I want you to consider that he is not intentionally withholding the love that you desire. He is not a jerk. You know he's a good man. So maybe he just doesn't know how to love you the way you need to be loved. She looked at me intently. She always interpreted his actions as him not loving her. And she took it very personal. Maybe it wasn't about her after all. Maybe his parents weren't affectionate with each other, and they weren't affectionate with him. So you're asking him to speak a language he doesn't understand. He has no framework how to love you the way you want to be loved. Maybe your presence in his life has helped him to open his heart and learn how to love this way. We paused at the top of the hill and considered the beautiful Los Angeles vista. I continued, maybe showing your husband how to love in this way is why you came together and presents a healing opportunity for him. Is this a gift you could give him? Just imagine as a little boy, 5 years old, no one's loving him, and now he's a grown man with a fragile five-year-old little boy inside him who's never been loved, doesn't know how to love. So next time you see him, see the 5-year-old boy inside him who's hurting and doesn't even know that he is hurting. Wants love, but never learned how to ask or how to share it. Let your heart soften and love him more compassionately. She stared out at the horizon, tears welling in her eye. She nodded slowly. How could you go about loving him exactly as he is today? With no clauses, no requirements, no need for altered behavior. What would love look like if it was truly unconditional, the way it was intended? This is going to take about 3 or 4 more minutes. Is that okay here? Let me be clear. To love unconditionally doesn't mean we stay in relationships that are unfulfilling, that we betray who we are and our authentic needs in order to help other people be happy. That's codependency. Or to stay in relationships that are physically, mentally, or emotionally abusive. That's not unconditional love. But to love unconditionally is to accept the other person, how they are, and no longer require them to be different to love them. Do you know that it took me till my son till he was 40 years old? I'm thinking about it as I'm speaking. To stop putting requirements on my love for him. I would help him more if he would do this. I would bug him to do that. Don't you? Everything was my expectation for him. No, I say, oh, well, I'm thinking what's best for him. No, I was actually thinking what I want for him. Finally, I was 62 years old, 63. And I said, I'm going to reignite a relationship that isn't based on me expecting him to act a certain way for us to have this fantasy relationship. I'm just liking him the way he is. Don't do one thing. Exercise. Don't have expectations, and see how you get along. See how it goes. I can tell you, I asked him to move in. He didn't need to move here. He had a setup. He was already set. So I need you to move in. I need us to have a decent relationship, like a killer good relationship. All right. He moved in for the first 3 or 4 months. Expectations again. Make your bed. Do this, do that. And it clicked again. Somewhere clicked. This is a true story I'm telling you guys. somewhere it clicked. I'm like, let me practice. Practice. Not telling them to do a thing. And then once in a while, a little thing would get under my skin. And this, it was just a non-issue. The more I started like just saying, I like him the way he is. I want to build him with him a network of friends and associates and get him going, but not expect him to do anything back. You don't owe anything back to this universe, our universe. I'm gonna tell you, you guys can see how close we are. You can see it. It's being manifested in the most glorious way. Not crosswords, not, it's just manifested. I mean, and if I could paint a picture with exactly what it looks like, no. Do I love the picture I have of him? Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good boy. And I'll take it with every one of the issues and all the situations. But I had to learn that, I really did. It was a huge void in our relationship because it was always about, you're not doing enough. You're not meeting your potential. You should be. Half of my relationship with him was me telling him shoulds. Do you guys should your kids a lot? Stop it. Don't should your kids. Do you should your husband or wife? Don't should them. Be smarter too. Find out what motivates them. You want something done? Find out what motivates them in a positive way. Don't say you're a son of a bitch because you didn't take the trash out. Say, honey, when you take the trash out, the way your arms flex, oh man, you're sexy. There aren't too many men that wouldn't be grabbing a trash can and taking it out if that's what he heard. We'll do more unconditional. We'll pick up the rest of this reading tomorrow and then something else on it. There's more to the story. We're going to talk more about unconditional love. And that unconditional love is, it's really something that you're doing for yourself. You've unconditionally loved yourself. You've gone back to the baby part of you. You're just being a baby. Babies don't argue with people. Babies don't gossip. Babies don't do any of that. Babies just gaga goo-goo. Crawl around, figure stuff out, learn. Make other people in the room happy. Go make someone happy. I love you guys. I'll see you here tomorrow. We'll have continue to talk about medicinal mushrooms. We're going to continue to talk about unconditional love. And we'll try to crack each other up in the morning too. Get the old stomach muscles working. Some of you know that you need that. And if you need a real strong workout, Free knows the workout pattern now. 200 muscles per step. And you get yourself a hell of a workout. Okay? Go have a great day, you guys. Eggs, go flex. You better believe it. Oh, Herbie's wife manipulates him well. That's good. Good. Okay. I know, Streety, me too. Well, I don't. I take that back. Shoulds have left my vocabulary quite a bit. Okay? HB and eggs. Eggs, thank you. And Herbs and Streety and Niff. And HB and Dylan Nerd and Herbs. And Hagee's flexing. And Joe T's Michael Allen. And Herbie's folding towels. HB Billy D. Notorious Michael Patterson. Unconditional Shine. D. Anderson, Jesus Christ in Australia. Lynette, thanks for being here. Herbie, Jesus Christ. Nerdy and Jesus and Catzilla and Susu. And Vegas and Sarah Bear. And HB and Nipper and Jolie Cantor. Good morning, Jolie. Greenie and Billy D and Carnivorous and Michael Patterson. Cleany and Michael Allen and Jesus and HB and Derek Anderson, Sarah Bear, Laura. She's divine. Kimberly, Vegas. Nice to see you, buddy. Jesus Christ, Billy T. Mello. Kimberly, Streety. Have a great day, kid. Calico Kid, Holly B, Holly M, Pidgey Page, Notorious Holly, Classic and 5280 all day. And Jesus Christ and Neo Simplex, I knew he'd show up. Holly M and Joe T's and Michael P and Wazoo, Wazzy, Holly and Santam and Pops. Peace. See you tomorrow. Out.